And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. And this time we mean it. So that's the wonderful thing about a new studio is we're working up the kinks.
Well,
Whoa!
Harder.
Really? Fortunately, there's video proof of what you're really doing over here.
Hi, Mom.
It's like my phone is underneath the microphone thing and it
Yeah.
bounced.
Bouncy.
I think I'm gonna move it.
I'm not going to do that again.
Are you
Come on,
sure?
That was a
I don't
one-time
know.
thing. Don't worry about it. All
Move it
right.
closer to Philly.
What was I talking about the last time we tried this? We came back from break the first take.
Let's see. Oh, California.
California. California, here we come. Dan was doing some metrics recently, and we have a lot of listeners in California, so I just wanted to take a time to reach out and say hello to the West Coast, and thank you guys. We love having you on board with us. Take a moment to jump on our Facebook one of these days and throw some feedback on one of our posts. Let us know who you are so we can say hi properly.
Do you think we can continue going west and like hit Japan, China, Australia, just keep going right around the globe?
Well, we're huge in Egypt, so we've already filled in halfway around the globe. So
Oh, maybe we can keep going.
we can keep going.
Egypt, New York, though.
I remember when
Just past Victor.
when we moved over to Transistor for our hosting site. Within the first week, somebody in Paris, France, downloaded the entire catalog.
Wow.
Like in the first week, and I'm like, so cool! Hey, vive la France! I don't know. So what are we looking forward to this year? Please, somebody take the pressure off of me at the moment.
Well, there's new movies coming out, and
New
there's
movies.
new TV shows
New TV.
coming out. I'm looking forward to the Niners going to the Super Bowl in 2 weeks.
Maybe,
I'm looking forward to the Niners going to the Super Bowl in 2 weeks, definitely.
maybe.
I think it's going to
Who
be
are they
Niners
playing?
and Chiefs.
Who are they playing?
Today they're playing Minnesota Vikings.
No, they're not.
No?
The Vikings lost.
Oh,
It was
no,
in
Green Bay
Bay.
Packers. That's right. Sorry, yeah.
So that could be a good game, or it
They
could
played
be
the
ugly.
Vikings last week.
Last week.
Okay.
Yeah, they already won that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, they won. I'm a little out of it.
She's a little punch drunk over there.
On Coke Zero.
One-
I did
one
not
too
add
many hits
anything
from the
to it.
snake.
I didn't add anything to the Coke Zero today.
That's what you said last time.
Yeah. So, Picard's coming out soon.
The what?
Picard.
Oh, Picard. Yeah, this week Picard is
Is
coming
it the
out.
20th?
Thursday. So whatever Thursday is.
The 23rd.
The 23rd is Picard Day. Here's my concern. I have no doubt that Patrick Stewart will be part of a quality product, but they are hyping the ever-loving hell out of this one. And I have never failed to see hype fail. I mean, like John Carpenter from Mars, for instance, they hyped the ever-loving hell out of it. And that movie bombed so horribly. Now, here's the thing about that one, is that actual, ticket sales almost matched production budget. It was the marketing campaign that sunk it. They spent like $100 million on marketing this movie, and they lost $100 million on that movie. So it's like, wait, whoa, okay, hang on. So I'm just concerned that there's going to be a lot of hype and maybe not a lot of delivery. But knowing that Patrick Stewart is involved, I'm looking forward to watching it nonetheless. I'm going to be camped out.
Now, CBS All Access has been relatively successful so far.
Yeah, I've liked Star Trek Discovery.
Do you think this one is going to be the linchpin show that's going to sort of help it over the hump and gain
It could
sort
be.
of Netflix-like numbers?
It could be. It could be. And I'm hoping that it does, because here's the thing is, and we've done an episode on toxicity of nerd culture and how people just bash the ever-loving hell out of everything lately. The venom that is still out there for Star Trek Discovery, and how I can mention Discovery, like when I was doing the Star Trek panel at the last convention, I mentioned Star Trek Discovery, and the guy in the front row immediately said, "Oh, that garbage." I said, "Did you watch it?" "I didn't have to." Okay. But still, you now have officially missed the point.
See, why would you not want to watch something that you love?
I know, seriously. I love all of Star Trek. Well, Voyager, I'm still a little quickie.
But still, at least give it a chance. If I've been a superhero fan forever.
Oh, yeah.
And I've fallen behind in my CW shows.
Me too.
But I'm not going to trash Batwoman without seeing Batwoman.
Right. I mean,
and I hope it's good.
I'm not a huge Ruby Rose fan, but everybody who's watched the show tells me she has done spectacular with it, so I'm willing to give her the chance.
I want things I like to be good.
Why are you shaking your head, Ann?
Ruby Rose is my girl crush.
That's fine.
You know what? I
respect
actually
that.
have seen an episode or two of Batwoman, and
Mhm.
it's something that, I would love to continue watching. But I am so far behind on my CW shows and other shows, and
they've managed to spoil all the good moments from Crisis on Infinite Earths, which I
have not seen
I
anything.
know. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
so mad.
I haven't seen any of it.
I haven't seen
I
any
haven't
of it
seen
either.
any of the spoilers either. So
How did you avoid the spoilers?
I don't know.
How about the part where Spider-Man showed up?
I thought that was amazing.
Did Kylo Ren show up too?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in episode 2.
And the child.
Yes.
And the child. Okay.
Yes.
You're watching The Mandalorian.
No,
That's
I
something else
cannot
entirely.
watch The Mandalorian because
Why?
I still do not have Disney Plus access.
What do you mean? I gave you the freaking...
No, you have not.
Somebody give me a piece of paper. Right now.
How many times have I said, like, whatever? No, I have not gotten it. No, my concern this week is, will my Spectrum internet actually stay on long enough for me to watch Picard?
Your Spectrum internet is as stable as our current president. I'm just going to say
Oh
that.
my
right now.
God. It like last Sunday it was down for 13 hours in our neighborhood.
Jeez.
Yesterday it was out for like 2.5, 3 hours. At least an hour or so every day.
I can't wait for Greenlight to
comes
finally
up.
install in my neighborhood.
And I looked at the green light to see where we are in the status queue type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Our neighborhood's only at 52% interested.
Yeah, mine's
And-
it's like 60-something.
And until you get 100% interested, they're not going to come. Now, my whole concern, jumping to that, is what I would be looking forward to in 2020 is stable internet. We've got people that probably don't even have internet or don't even know to potentially sign up for green light and things like that because they're maybe not aware of anything because they live underneath a rock or
Well,
something
here's an
like
idea.
that. Or they're...
Here's an idea. It's election season, right? So people are used to people with petitions showing up at their house. So get a Greenlight petition and go stumping for your candidate. I'm petitioned for Greenlight. Oh, what are they running for?
I have Disney Plus now.
It's fine by me.
Thanks, Sam.
You're welcome.
Could have sworn I gave you the login information, but whatever.
Nope. You're like, oh, I gotta get that. Oh, I
You have
gotta
my
get
seat-
that.
you have
Every
this-
Nerd World News, you're like, T, remind me. I've got information
And then
for
you don't remind me.
Because I'm at dance class, so I can't for 45 minutes. And then by that time, it's totally slipped my
Okay,
mind.
so it's not entirely my fault, though. They got that on video.
So, Billy, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
She's going to kill me later, but that'll be worth it.
I have an itch on the back of my head.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How's it going?
I
There's
don't know
someone
what
back there
kind
that might scratch it for you.
Yeah, no. Okay. So, what are you looking forward to in 2020? Other than Picard.
Actually, Wonder Woman is the movie I'm
Wonder
looking
Woman 1980, oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. That looks like it's going to be really interesting with local talent. Kirsten Wiig
That's right, is the cheetah.
as the cheetah.
I hope it has any pictures leaked out of her cheetah costume yet.
No.
I'm hoping it's like classic cheetah with the spots and the kitty cat ears.
Couldn't
and,
even tell you. What I have seen of her with on-set photographs, I've seen 2 stages of her characters. I would call it like almost like a descent is what I'm getting from the pictures alone, where you see her in a very typical 1980s kind of office, the long skirt, the sweaters, looking very, kind of frumpy to almost to a degree. And then there's another picture cycling around where she's looking really like ragged. She's like dressed normally, but she's looking really kind of disheveled, and she's got this look in her eye like helter skelter. And so you're not sure if she's this descent into madness is what they're trying to portray or not. So we'll see what comes around. I'm looking forward to it. After seeing Kristen do so much comedy, to see her kind of like in an action movie, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing her stretch her chops and see what she's got. You know, that's cool. I'm willing to give her that shot. That's cool. What is some of the Harley Quinn is coming out?
Harley Quinn,
Which is a much-
Birds of Prey.
Yeah, Birds of Prey, Harley Quinn.
The new Top Gun movie.
New Top Gun, Black Widow.
Black Widow.
Black Widow's coming
that's
out?
May 1st, I think?
I think so. Kristen Stewart has got a new kind of an action thriller, Underwater.
That's the one where it goes, they're
I would assume underwater.
They're digging or mining on the bottom of the ocean, and they hit something and it cracks, and
They
it's
dug
like
too deep and too
something
greedily. Wait, that was a
like
Lord
that.
of the Rings reference. Never mind.
See, I'm hoping for something like a hidden treasure, something that isn't being hyped, we don't know about. Like over the holidays, or just before the holidays, saw Knives Out. And I don't know if you saw
I
that.
I haven't seen it yet.
I saw it.
It's so good.
That's what I've been told by
one of
everybody.
those
James Irish
cheesy,
was a big fan of that
classic
one.
Clue type movie.
Yeah. Just a fun murder mystery, tons of twists and turns, and when something's a surprise, you know, it avoids the overhype that Chris was talking about, the possibility with Picard. If you don't have the hype, you get pleasantly surprised by some things.
Right.
Yeah, it's like when I'd like going to the movies when the trailers are all like the trailer for the movie is only like the first 5 minutes of the movie, and then everything else is a surprise. That
happened with Endgame.
that they saw whatever, and it happened in like the first 5 minutes.
The trailers of Endgame had absolutely nothing to do with the movie. It turned out, we didn't know that at the time.
Yeah.
So that was a pleasant surprise. To actually
that was great.
2 hours and 55 minutes that had no idea what was going to happen.
When the first official Rise of Skywalker trailer came out, and people were like, "What? That's just a bunch of hero shots. What the hell? There's nothing to it." I'm like, "Yeah, they're not telling you the damn story ahead of time, idiot." You know?
I try to actively avoid trailers unless I see them at the theater. Like, I don't go on the internet and wait for the trailer.
The next trailer to drop, or when it's like during football season, it's like, oh, at halftime they're going to show the trailer for this, and then like the next day one of my students is like, "Did you see the trailer?" I'm like, "No, I didn't." He goes, "Pull it up, pull it up, pull it up." No. I'm like,
it's great that it does create a certain level of excitement. It always has. That's always a good thing. So,
let's see.
What are this? There's a new James Bond movie coming out this year.
I've always been a Bond fan.
Me too, especially Daniel Craig's Bond has been. I'm going to say it. Daniel Craig's the best Bond. He has been for me the best Bond, and I've seen them all. I mean, and I'm not trying to throw shade on anybody before him, except for maybe George Lazenby. Yeah. Sorry, George. You know, but he has really been quintessential. I've read the books.
He's been great, yes.
And this is the guy closest to the novel, the actual character.
The Spectre movie wasn't as good, though.
No.
Casino Royale was fantastic. Skyfall I loved. But Spectre wasn't that... He's great.
Spectre was the most recent one.
Yeah. Daniel Craig is great as Bond, but to me, Goldfinger to me is just my
It's a classic.
Movie.
Absolutely classic. You know, because that's always the tough part when you're in a position like ours with podcasting and being quote unquote experts on things. Is I always want to make it clear that I'm not trying to malign anything that came before it.
Exactly.
I'm just telling you I appreciate this one the most.
Yeah. My first Bond was Roger Moore, and I didn't realize a lot of people didn't like him. I enjoyed The Spy That Loved Me and Live and Let Die. Fun movies, good movies, and those are the first ones I saw.
Of his
Pierce Brosnan
was good.
was good.
If you talk to my buddy Chuck from high school, Chuck did not like Pierce Brosnan at all, but you know.
I think he got screwed when he originally was supposed to get the job and wound up locked into the Remington Steele contract, which NBC brought back for an extra season after they'd already canceled it. So he took the James Bond gig. No, we're going to bring Remington Steele back
for one more season.
Yeah, and so
that was such a hatchet job on their part to do that to him.
So Timothy Dalton wound up with the job for
one movie or two?
Two, maybe three.
No, I don't think it was that many. I think it was one, maybe two. Tanya, you looking that up?
What the
Timothy Dalton?
How many James Bond movies was he in? I think it was just. I want to say it was just one or two.
Let's see. View to a Kill was Roger Moore.
That was his last, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
And so then it was Living Daylights.
The Living Daylights is one I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Living Daylights, License to Kill.
Okay. So you had two of them?
So you had two.
I think so.
I didn't think he was going to last long. So.
And he was fine.
Yeah. He did fine.
Yeah.
He was very grim, which I thought was good because that's the character.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's me being a purist because, like I said, I read the books when I was in college, Ian Fleming's actual James Bond novels. And the character was very serious, very self-destructive. Like, there was a scene, I can't remember in one of the books, I can't remember which one, but there was a scene where he's like, I do what I do because somewhere along the line, I'm hoping I die in the line of duty because I can't live with myself anymore. You know, so it brings up a whole ton of issues, but that was just like, he'd throw himself into things and he'd be the womanizer and the drinker because he just didn't care. That's how he was so good at what he did. He had no empathy.
Right.
or he might have had compassion and empathy for others, but none for himself.
Yeah.
It was a very interesting character.
Do you know what movie I'm sort of worried about? Doolittle.
I am too. I really am.
Robert Downey Jr. is a great actor, but the trailers haven't grabbed me, and
They almost feel like a Disney throwaway movie.
I'm not quite sure what the vibe of the movie is supposed to be. Lighthearted, serious?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'll let you know. My parents are seeing it right now.
Oh, is it out already? I thought it was next week.
No, it came out on Friday.
And
this past Friday, the 17th.
Okay.
So they went to watch it at 11:45.
I get the feeling, for some reason, in my mind, I'm connecting it, Robert Downey Jr. with the Sherlock Holmes movies that Downey did.
It almost looks like he's channeling that character.
Yeah.
They're kind of disposable. Fine, fun, but not...
Maybe this is just his first step towards separating himself from
Iron Man,
from Tony Stark. Just do this. This is, he's right now. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has made him so rich that he can do whatever the hell he wants.
He's such a good actor. I'd like to see him do a serious Chaplin or.
And I'm sure he will.
Yeah,
I'm sure he will in time. But right now, I think he's just stretching his legs for the fun of it.
Right now, Rotten Tomatoes is giving it 18%.
Wow.
Oh my. I got my vibe was right.
Yeah, Dr. Dolittle lives in solitude behind the walls of his lush manor in 19th century England. His only companionship comes from an array of exotic animals that he speaks to on a daily basis. But when young Queen Victoria becomes gravely ill, the eccentric doctor and his furry friends embark on an epic adventure to a mythical island to find the cure.
Excuse me.
Where they find Eddie Murphy.
Is Susan,
I got that reference.
Is Susan Downey his wife?
No, I don't think so. Yes, she is.
Yeah,
it is.
She's one of the producers.
Okay. Like I said, I think it's like I said. He's so successful because of everything he's done up to date that he's entitled to go ahead and do whatever he wants for fun at this point. I think he's just doing a lighthearted, just to entertain and do something to keep himself busy while he's getting ready for the next big projects.
A video recommendation: if you've never seen Hearts and Souls.
Hearts and Souls.
Robert Downey Jr. back in the early '90s, just a romantic comedy.
Okay.
But he plays a guy who has the spirits of 4 people that died at the exact moment he was born.
Yeah,
so he has their souls attached to him. And it's just a wacky comedy, but it's sweet and it's funny, and I recommend it.
I do remember that one. I never saw it, but I do remember when that came out now. On the 14th of February, Sonic the Hedgehog is coming out. Now, while this is probably not Oscar-worthy cinematics, I'm going to go see it because that's my tribute to the producers and directors of this movie who recognized that there was a fan backlash and chose to suck it up and spend the extra money to fix the appearance of this central character of Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm thinking, you know what? They could have just easily just shoved it out there and said, you know what? We've done our bit for King and Country. We spent the money we're going to spend on it. We don't care about fan service. We're going to throw out the movie as it is. They listened. They reacted. And they took the hit to the wallet to fix it and hopefully make their product better. For that alone, I may hate the movie, but I'm going out and I'm going to give them my money because I want to support that kind of decision-making process.
I think you're right, because on my social media, there's a lot of backlash over a recent move made by a media company, and I'd love to see that company change their mind.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah.
You think?
Yeah. Inside joke, I'm sorry.
No, it's not that inside. We talked about it at the top of the show.
Yeah.
I would like them to change their mind, too, but, you know.
Just so I can tell them no.
Is there a Ghostbusters? There's a Ghostbusters movie coming out.
There's a Ghostbusters movie coming out. I'm looking forward to that.
Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd.
It's Ghostbusters Afterlife.
That should be very cool. Another Vin Diesel being all like
Fast and Furious 9.
There's Fast and Furious, but there's also another one called Bloodshot where he's playing yet another immortal character that goes out to fight the bad guys. Morbius is the next Marvel product to get to the big screen, but that's through Sony. So that's going to be the Venomverse rather than the MCU. So that should be interesting to see what happens there. And that's Jared Leto's redemption arc, I think, because Jared Leto got crushed for doing Joker in the
Suicide Squad.
In the Suicide Squad movie.
The one that looks funny is Free Guy. It's starring Ryan Reynolds. That's like they're in like the video game or whatever.
He's an NPC that gains sentience or something like that. The King's Man, which is the third in the Kingsman series, but it actually becomes a prequel. It goes back to the beginning of the actual organization. Dune is getting a remake, and that's coming out in 2020. And we'll round this particular part of the conversation off with
Hold on a second.
something else.
Really,
apparently.
Coming to America is coming back out.
Yeah.
Oh, Merry New Year!
A new.
But it's the number 2. It's a
Yeah.
sequel. I'm just
Sequel, yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Eddie Murphy's back. He's got a couple movies coming out, if not out already, where he does an expose on a comedian on a black comedian from the 70s.
That's gotten huge, fantastic reviews. I haven't had a chance to
They
watch
took him
it
off
yet.
the leash and let him have at it. Apparently, he's
Dolomite, Rudy Ray
Dolan.
Moore.
That's it. Yeah.
And
I
that
Am
has
Dolomite.
gotten nothing but raves, and I haven't had a chance to
Tour de
watch
force.
it. But
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
And Eddie Murphy might be going back out on stand-up tour. He's
Wow.
working on it. I saw him back in the '80s at the War Memorial here in Rochester. So.
And there's a lot of movies that are going to be coming out through the year, and we'll talk about them as they start coming up. I mean, we can talk. Bill and Ted is going to be. They have another adventure under their belts coming out. Excellent. Party on, Wayne. Anyway, sorry.
No, Wayne.
Be excellent to each other is what I meant to say.
That'd be the best crossover ever.
That would have been an awesome crossover. There's Bill and Ted 4,
Yeah.
Wayne's World. They take the telephone booth into another movie entirely. So yeah, okay, I'm not perfect. Close. All right, so there's a lot of movies. We'll talk about it throughout the course of
There's
the
a lot coming out.
through the year because we always talk about something.
Because we'll not book clip something of them.
We probably will.
Actually, has anyone watched the Aladdin remake yet? I
No.
have it on Disney. It's on Disney Plus, Tanya.
Is it on Disney Plus already?
It's
just
not good. It's not awful.
And that's the one where Will Smith is the
Yes.
genie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do it. Dan's hemming and hawing back there.